State of the Union. Biden said a whole lot of nothing. Now, I still give him a C+ in the overall analysis, but let me break down some elements of this State of the Union that should concern you. Now, he boldly said, fund the police as a way to categorize his difference of opinion connected to defund the police, which is connected to Black Lives Matter, which is connected to the movement for equity and justice in the United States of America. Now remember, black folks showed up for Joe Biden. Black people showed up for Joe Biden, showed up for the senators that Joe Biden endorsed. Here's some of that.
I know what works. Investigating crime prevention and community policing, cops who walk the beat, who know the neighborhood, and who can restore trust and safety. Let's not abandon our streets or choose between safety and equal justice. Let's come together and protect our communities, restore trust, and hold law enforcement accountable. That's why the Justice Department has required body cameras, banned chokeholds, and restricted no-knock warrants for its officers. That's why the American Rescue Plan that you all provided $350 billion that cities, states, and counties can use to hire more police, invest in more proven strategies. Proven strategies like community violence interruption, trusted messengers, breaking the cycle of violence and trauma, and giving young people some hope. We should all agree the answer is not to defund the police, it's to fund the police. Fund them. Fund them. Fund them with resources.
Let me count the ways here. Police departments all across the United States of America have received more funding in the last 2 years than in the history of the existence of a known police department in the United States of America. It has not decreased crime. It has not resolved. It has not created remedy for injustice and violence. You still have record police involved murders. You have record police involved prosecutions where they are prosecuted by the local, state, or federal government. More money has not solved that problem. And as a matter of fact, I want you to think of it this way. If your city or your county is bragging about hiring more cops and you are applauding that, do you understand what they're actually saying? They're telling you they cannot solve the problems. If your county, your city is hiring more cops, cops are reactionary to crime. If your city is hiring more cops, that means that they need more reaction to crime, which also means they have not addressed the criminality in their city or county. That's what it means. Hiring cops, more cops, is not something to brag about. The need for less cops is what you brag about. Because crime has decreased so much, we have to now restrict the number of cops we hire because we don't need as many cops anymore. That's the idea. That should be the goal, to have less cops in your city, not more cops, because police officers are reactionary agents. It's not creative for these cities to simply tell you, we're going to hire more cops. Now applaud for us while we do nothing to decrease crime. Ithaca, New York. We had the mayor of Ithaca, New York. He just got out of that office a few days ago, but he created a program that did hire more workers, but not more cops. He hired individuals who could connect to the community, and they have been thriving as a city. You have these progressive ideas all over the country. Now, I gotta remind folks, why they keep saying defund the police is a bad thing. Remember, defund the police is about reprioritizing the police budget. It is not about taking away any of the police. That is not the issue. That is not what we're trying to do with defund the police. But here's what actually does defund the police. Lawsuits defund the police. Corrupt cops defund the police. Police stealing funds defunds the police. Union bosses like the one in New York who just got indicted was stealing from the police. Those are the people that defund the police. All right, Biden touted funding the American Rescue Plan, the pandemic relief package passed under his watch, that local governments can use to bolster police forces. Biden's push against defunding the police echoes the recent stance of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who last month said the slogan is dead and not Democrats' position. Speak for your damn self. I'm still yelling defund the police, reprioritize the police budget, actually resolve the underlying issues of criminality. Some jurisdictions, 80% of the people in their local jail are there because of crimes of survival, crimes of trespass, crimes associated with drugs, alcohol, and mental health disorder. How in the hell is hiring a new cop going to solve that? Defund the police. Congresswoman Cori Bush called out the president on Twitter for avoiding the topic of racial issues in America. Let's put that up. Cori Bush said, with all due respect, Mr. President, you did not mention saving black lives once in this speech. All our country has done is given more funding. The result, question mark. 2021 set a record for fatal police shootings. Defund the police, invest in our communities. Okay, listen. It's going to take a real paradigm shift for this to change. Let's bring this back to a common sense discussion. Police agencies are local public servants. They serve the public good of the local community, funded by the tax base of that local area. You have many government departments. You have watershed management. You have transportation. Have you ever heard anyone say, watershed management is corrupt, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to make sure they get better training. No, they get fired or they get arrested. Why is it that policing is the only industry in government where no one is talking about replacement and holding them truly accountable? All right, just my 2 cents about the State of the Union.